Amanda Anisimova's epic victory over Jasmine Paolini. Semifinal showdown against Coco Gauff at China Open. Under the glowing floodlights of the National Tennis Center, history whispered through the air. The 2025 China Open had already delivered shocks, comebacks, and classics. But as Amanda Anisimova walked off the court after defeating Italy's Jasmine Paolini in a breathtaking quarterfinal, it felt like the tournament had just found its heartbeat. For Anisimova, this wasn't just another victory. It was a renaissance, a declaration that the prodigy who once shook Roland Garros at 17 was back, stronger, fiercer, and hungrier than ever. Her prize for surviving Paolini? A semifinal date with none other than Coco Gauff. The face of a generation, the reigning superstar, the friend-turned-rival in an all-American showdown. The narrative couldn't have been richer, and the tennis world knew it. This was a clash everyone wanted to see. Amanda's journey, from prodigy to phoenix. Amanda Anisimova's tennis story has always felt like a novel, equal parts triumph and heartbreak. Born in Freehold, New Jersey, to Russian immigrant parents, she was groomed for greatness from childhood. At 17, she stunned the tennis world by reaching the 2019 French Open semifinals, defeating reigning champion Simona Halep along the way. Her fearless shot-making and effortless power made experts whisper, this could be America's next big champion. But fate can be cruel. She lost her father, her mentor and coach. Suddenly, a heartbreak that cast a long shadow over her career. Injuries piled up, confidence wavered, and by 2022-23, Amanda had stepped away from the game, unsure she could return. Yet 2024 and 2025 brought a different Amanda, one who carried her scars as fuel. She fought back with resilience, rebuilt her game, and now in Beijing, she looked like the player the world had once dreamed she could be. Her victory over Jasmine Paolini wasn't just about advancing in a tournament. It was about redemption. Jasmine Paolini, the fighter who tested Amanda. To understand the magnitude of Amanda's win, one must appreciate her opponent. Jasmine Paolini, the Italian dynamo, is a fighter defined by grit. She may lack the towering height of her rivals, but what she brings is speed, heart, and relentless determination. By 2025, she had risen inside the top 20, making waves at Grand Slams with her bulldog spirit. Against Amanda in Beijing, Paolini was fearless. She chased every ball, scrambled into impossible positions, and forced Amanda to dig deeper than she had all week. The match was one-sided. It was a war. The match, Amanda versus Paolini set 1, the statement. From the first rally, Amanda showed intent. Her forehand was heavy, her backhand slicing through the air like a sword. Paolini scrambled but couldn't neutralize the power. At 4-2, Amanda ripped a backhand winner that drew gas from the Beijing crowd. With 2 aces in the final game, she closed the set 6-3. A statement. Set 2, the storm. But Paolini wasn't done. She fought with heart, moving Amanda around, forcing errors, and feeding off the crowd's underdog cheers. At 5-4, she broke Amanda with a stunning passing shot to take the set 6-4. The stadium buzzed. Suddenly, it was a battle. Final set, the fire. This was where Amanda's rebirth shone. At 2-2, she saved 3 break points with fearless shot-making. At 4-3, she broke Paolini with a cross-court forehand that painted the line. The roar she let out shook the arena. Serving for the match at 5-4, Amanda held her nerve. On match point, she unleashed a 109 miles per hour serve that Paolini couldn't return. She fell to her knees, overcome with emotion. Final score, Anisimova defeats Paolini 6-3. For the 6-4. The emotion, tears glistened in Amanda's eyes as she walked to the net. Paolini embraced her warmly. 2 warriors, 2 paths, one unforgettable duel. In her on-court interview, Amanda's voice shook with gratitude. I've been through so much, and to be here in a semifinal after beating a fighter like Jasmine, it means the world. I've worked hard to believe in myself again. The crowd applauded not just her victory, but her journey. The semifinal waits, Gauff versus Anisimova. But as Amanda caught her breath, everyone's minds turned to the next chapter, her semifinal clash with Coco Gauff. Coco, already a Grand Slam champion, was cruising through the draw with confidence and flair. The contrast between the two Americans couldn't be sharper. Gauff, the sprinter, the counterpuncher, the superstar who thrives on athleticism. Anisimova, the shot maker, the risk taker, the artist with a racket. Their head-to-head history was slim, but every encounter had been electric. The semifinal promised to be an all-American blockbuster on Chinese soil. Tactical breakdown. What to expect Anisimova's keys to victory. Backhand weapon. Her two-handed backhand is arguably one of the best in the game. It can control rallies and finish points. First strike tennis. If she can dictate early with her serve and forehand, she can prevent Coco from extending rallies. Mental strength. Staying composed against Coco's athleticism will be crucial. Gauff's keys to victory. Defense to offense. Coco thrives on turning defense into instant attack. She'll look to extend rallies and force Amanda into errors. Serve pressure. Her improved serve has been a weapon. If she lands a high percentage, Amanda will struggle to break. Crowd energy. Coco feeds off big atmospheres, and Beijing's electric fans will suit her. It's a clash of philosophies. Power versus speed, precision versus resilience, artist versus warrior. The fans' perspective. On social media, the hype exploded. An All-American semifinal in Beijing. Can't wait. Amanda's artistry versus Coco's athleticism. Amanda's comeback story is everything. Goosebumps watching her beat Paolini. Coco versus Amanda feels like the future of tennis colliding in the present. The Tennis Channel announced record pre-match engagement, teasing the showdown as the match you can't afford to miss. Symbolism and legacy. This semifinal is more than just a match. It symbolizes the depth of American women's tennis. For decades, the U.S. has produced legends, from Chris Evert and Billie Jean King, Serena and Venus Williams. Now, the torch is being carried by Coco and Amanda, two young women with different journeys but the same hunger. If Serena and Venus were defined by sisterhood, Coco and Amanda are defined by rivalry and respect. And in Beijing, their paths cross at the perfect time. What's at stake? For Amanda, a chance to complete her comeback story and reach her first major final in years. For Coco, another opportunity to add to her growing legacy and inch closer to the world #1 ranking. For fans, a chance to witness one of the defining matches of the season. Epilogue, the stage awaits. Amanda's victory over Paolini was epic, but it was also just the beginning. Now comes the true test. The semifinal against Coco Gauff, her fellow American, her rival, her mirror in some ways, and her opposite in others. The lights of Beijing are ready. The cameras are rolling. The fans are holding their breath. And when Amanda, Anisimova, and Coco Gauff step onto that court, they won't just be fighting for a spot in the final. They'll be fighting for history. Fire China Open semifinals. Gauff versus Anisimova. The battle is here. The future is now. Don't miss it. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.